Dear Diary, Dr. Dekker is dead. Again. Alderby pushed him from the cliff's edge, 2,500 feet. His body wasn't found, obviously. I want him to be dead this time, but the world still feels cold. Maybe because Professor Alderby is dead too, killed by one of us. Maybe all of us. But there's hope. A new doctor is coming. I hope they find Professor Alderby's killer. I hope they can cure us. I hope they stay alive. Dr. Dekker is still here. I can feel him.
You've come a long way, Doctor. And from one therapist to another, I think you're ready to start practicing again, to help new patients. But how do you feel? Excellent. Last time was difficult for you. I know. See, you are ready. I mentioned last time, and you picked up on it immediately. You took things at face value. Sometimes you need to read between the lines. Ask me about both of these things together. You're ready. Forget last time. Remember why you're doing all this in the first place. To help those people. To find Professor Alderby's killer. And to stop the spread of infectious madness. The easiest path to follow, once you're seduced by its riches. Is there anything else you'd like to ask about before you go? Then, please, continue. Combining 3 ideas at once would blow most people's minds. But in some cases, it also allows you to dig very deeply. Be careful, Doctor. Is there anything else you'd like to ask about before you go? Okay. If you need anything at all, you know where to find me. Good luck, my friend.
Doctor, are you okay? You fainted. But follow this. Well, you seem okay now, and you take instruction very well. You'll be replacing Dr. Dekker, but before you meet any of his patients, I need you to know that one of them killed Professor Alderby.
Nobody told you. Dr. Dekker is missing, presumed dead. His mentor, Professor Alderby, showed up and pushed him off a cliff. Nobody knows. Alderby was killed the evening he arrived, bludgeoned to death in Dekker's office. Your office. I need to find out who did it. Can you help me do that, Doctor? Will you? I hope so. I'll let the patients know that you're here. Come and find me after. Oh, and Doctor, things might be a little stranger here than you're used to.
Hello, Doctor. I'm Ophelia. I'm a sculptor. Sorry, it's a bit nerve-wracking, starting again with a new doctor. What if you decide I'm mad? Well, no, but Dr. Dekker wasn't like the other doctors. My mother died a few months ago, and it's affected me more than I thought it would. Thank you. It was unexpected. She was a famous painter, Virginia Hammond. More famous now she's dead. Our relationship was not the best. I'd been living in Italy since I was 16. Oh, I sculpt people. Well, pieces of people. Mostly heads and hands. I like to find the person in the stone. I'm not very good at it, though. I have a studio full of decapitated heads. No, but she taught me a lot about art. She took me to galleries when I was younger and taught me how to see like an artist. Yes, but I'm nowhere near as successful as she was, though. Well, if you're an artist, there's no better place to study. But I didn't want to be home anymore. Not with my mother the way she was. I started seeing him about 2 weeks after my mother died. Yes, I suppose so. He had a solid, dependable name. It felt like I'd be safe telling him my secrets. Oh. Not much. We had one session together, but I didn't really know him. I don't see why anyone here would, unless they knew him before. I didn't really see anyone around the time he was killed. Oh, I was on a video call from about 8:30 until 9 with a solicitor. The police have already verified it. Probate. To do with the house. Not much. We had one session together, but I didn't really know him. I don't see why anyone here would, unless they knew him before. I didn't really see anyone around the time he was killed. Oh, I was on a video call from about 8:30 until 9 with a solicitor. The police have already verified it. Probate. To do with the house. I don't have anything to say about that right now. No, it wasn't that. I was hearing voices. Since I got back home after my mother died. They sounded like women's voices. I thought it was just my imagination at first, but I've only ever heard them in my mother's house. I inherited it when she died. I suppose so. I had an imaginary friend when I was younger, but that's quite common, isn't it? I grew up there. It's a big, sprawling, falling down kind of place. Echoing halls, vast dusty attics, sweeping staircases. Beautiful, but deadly. I think it might be what killed her. If not the house, then something in it. She threw herself down the stairs and broke her neck. Someone from the water board. They spotted her through the window when they went to read the meter. Do you believe in ghosts, Doctor? Dr. Dekker was very open-minded. I was wondering if you were the same. cold and damp and things happen there. Oh, apart from the voices. Yes, inanimate things became animate. No, not really. They're muffled. You can't make out any words. It's like someone talking on the phone in another room. Not that I know of. My parents were divorced, so when I left, she was all alone. That thought has crossed my mind. I was raised to imagine things that aren't there and make them real. Maybe it's just my brain malfunctioning. But I don't think so. Yes, I asked him where he was. He just said he'd left, but it was only later I found out what really happened. Marianne. I actually thought Bridget might have pushed him at first. She slammed her door that morning and started crying. I can hear everything. She's in the room next to mine. That was about 9:10. I just finished yoga. Then I heard Mariana screaming something. A few minutes later, Bridget must have got back before Professor Alderby did. I don't know anything about that. No. If I had, I'd have asked him who killed him. Oh, maybe we can talk about that some other time. Oh, I don't know. Sorry. No, those things aren't connected. I'd rather not talk about it. I'm not sure that's relevant. Is that a serious question? You do know how he died? Oh, I sculpt people. Well, pieces of people. Mostly heads and hands. I like to find the person in the stone. I'm not very good at it, though. I have a studio full of decapitated heads. Sculpture is beautiful. To be able to make something as hard as stone look like it's flowing, I've always been drawn to it. Expensive. I'm a living, breathing specimen of a poor, starving artist. No, she didn't have any money left to leave. No, I found him here. Actually, his business card was at the house. I thought maybe he'd been my mother's therapist, but when I asked him, he said he'd never met her. Only my neighbor, Una, arguing with her many, many lovers. No, but I talk to them sometimes. The heads, that is. I give them names and I talk to them as I'm shaping their features. It's not strange, though, is it? It's not like I think they're real. If she did, she never said so. Once, though, she told me that she felt like the house was watching her. I just thought she was being paranoid. No, not watching, but sometimes I feel like it's aware of me. She called me the night she died. Yes, she called a few hours before they found her. It was a Wednesday, around 2 a.m. I couldn't really process what she was saying. I'm not entirely sure. She sounded cold. She just kept saying, "Don't let them take her. Don't let them take her." I couldn't get her to stop saying it, so I said, "Okay, I promise," and then the line went dead. I assume she meant the house. She didn't have anything else left to take. That was the last time we spoke. I don't really have an answer for that. Yes, I think he'd read my session notes. He didn't believe they were real, though. He thought Dr. Dekker was encouraging my delusions. Believing in things that didn't exist. He said Dr. Dekker had been leading me down a dangerous path. He was wrong, anyway. He just didn't know me like Dr. Dekker did. He thought they might be trying to communicate with me. Yes. Not that they were real people necessarily, but he believed they were really there. They're not in my head. If they were, I'd hear them all the time, not just in my mother's house. Yes, there are people in my mother's house who shouldn't be there. Inside the walls, I can hear them whispering. I can't really tell, but it never stops. It's almost in every room of the house. Is that it for today? Thank you, Doctor. I hope I haven't scared you off. Really? I don't like talking about these things. It makes me seem weird. These voices I'm hearing, I want to know why. I think they might be related to my parents. Dr. Dekker seemed to think that I might have been traumatized in my childhood. I'll see you then.